Coming for just a little bit more, okay? And so I know when we come, we're gonna eat well. And we're gonna share the cultural exchange that we will, but it's a chance for us as the Congressional Pakistan Caucus to learn, to engage, and then to come back and engage and teach our colleagues about why Pakistan needs to be one of our very, very committed allies in the world in which we live. So I'm a Marine. So anybody know anything about Marines? We don't really talk too much. We let our actions speak for us. So I'm ready to get to work here with the caucus and as we move forward to represent you that are here in America, especially, but you are the conduits of your families and friends back in Pakistan.
Sorry.
And that's how this is going to work because of that exchange of information. So are you ready to do a little something here?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Asid, can you just come up to the stage? For those of you that don't know me, I'm U.S.A. Ali. I am I'm fortunate to be president after Assad, and who has large shoes that need to be filled. He has progressed Bakbak so much over the last few years. And on behalf of Bakbak, his commitment and his dedication and teaching all of us all about advocacy and what it means to be an advocate for those that cannot be is tremendous. So on behalf of our community, we want to present this award.
Let's do a good picture. One thing you learn in this business, take a good picture.
I'm Sobia Shagil from Indiana. So I would like to welcome Congressman Carson, one of the four Muslim congressmen and very good friend of Pakistani community. Welcome to
All right, Hoosier.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you so much. And Assad and Madam President, I just want to thank you all for really growing and having an imprint on so many elected officials. I can remember this organization. When I first ran, I lost a school board race, and I ran for city council years after that defeat, and I won. And when I ran for Congress, when I ran for city council and Congress, I had some support. It was very contentious. It took 5 races to get here. But the first community to ever do an event for me was the Pakistani community. So thank you. Thank you. Now, you all have been so supportive, and PAC has been so supportive in allowing members of Congress to really understand Pakistan, to really understand the issues that impact Pakistan. I can remember some of you were there in New Jersey years ago. I was with Congressman Keith Ellison. And there was this real handsome guy who was there, and I said, he looks like a Vasey Richard Gere. Who is this guy? They said, that's Imran Khan.
Yes, yes, right.
Wow, who Imran Khan? I said, he's in the corner, very smart, very smooth, very stoic. He didn't eat much, but he was cool. So we started talking, and years later, he was leading Pakistan. I said, I know that guy. But it was because of the Pak connection that I was able to meet him and so many others. And I want to thank you because even in the midst of very serious attacks, you all have been there. When members of Congress who otherwise would not have even given a second look at Pakistan, you all were there advocating, lobbying, setting up meetings with staffers, setting up meetings and fundraisers with members of Congress, because far too often we know Pakistan has had a very turbulent history as it relates to military rule, as it has related to civilian governments. But despite these challenges, Pakistan is still resilient. And you all have been in the news lately. I thought I was an honorary Pakistani, but you all had a new Pakistani, honorary Pakistani. Did she ever go back to New York?
Yes, she's got into it, yeah.
But because of the hospitality that I know and I've known as a kid, the world got to see the warmth of the Pakistani community. So we love you. How many elected officials or appointees do we have from your different cities? And I know Jersey's in the house. Raise your hand if you're, look at that. Give it up. Give it up. If you don't know them, introduce yourself. But Pak, let me say this. I want to thank you for your resilience. When it came to the Affordable Care Act and healthcare, Pak, you assembled your physicians to educate elected officials and members of Congress. When it came to infrastructure conversation, the engineers in our community, the small business owners in our community from Pak were able to educate legislators federally, statewide, and locally about what it means to be in our community. And when we had an economic downturn, it was Pakistani American businessmen and women who were hiring Americans and putting Americans back to work.
Yes.
So, in a few years, and even now, where are the appointments from the Trump administration? Let's talk to President Trump about getting some appointees. Let's talk to our governors about getting some political appointments. Let's look at some congressional races and spaces where we can actually win seats and poll. This sister's running. Give us your name.
Melissa Chowdhury, Washington's Congressional District 9.
Yes.
How's it looking?
Earned over 90,000 votes in the shortest possible campaign this last time around, coming out of nowhere. So I would say it's looking pretty good. We have a majority-minority district. We've got the strongest concentration of immigrants and Muslims in the state. I have a solid chance.
All right. We'll see you soon. And in the meantime, I need help too. So if you feel it in your spirit, they're coming after me because of my positions, because of my outreach in terms of the Pakistani community, in terms of my position on Kashmir. They're coming after me. So I need your help and support. But I want you to know that I love you, I appreciate you, and you have a friend from Indianapolis and certainly Carmel, Indiana, and Brother Andre. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alex here too to collect cards. She's with me. All right, Sister Shaw. Good job. Keep it up. We want to see you out there now. Jazakallah. Thank you. All right. See you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Nice. Hello.
Gotta thank brother Asad. If you don't know Asad, shake his hands. That's brilliant. He knows four people with brand.
Any first on the left-hand side, please help yourselves. हलवा शलवा नहीं है इधर का
बना के लाए हैं तो शेर नहीं उसमें क्या है बना के लाए हैं तो शेर हमारे साथ भी कर रहे हैं
कल बना के
ओह अच्छा अच्छा मिशन वो चले गए
नहीं वो यार
ओके उसको मैंने कहा है वो तो कह रहा था कि मैं डिनर पे जा रहा हूँ that was the first batch ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਜਾਣਾ ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਬਣ ਗਏ
हम तो जा नहीं सकते
ਨਹੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਪਾਣੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ if you want a resolution
सिक्योरिटी नहीं है
अच्छा लेकिन दूसरे जा सकते साथ ही नहीं क्यों नहीं जा सकते
नहीं लेकिन
बस मत पड़ता
नहीं नहीं डर लगता है वो तो जा सकते हैं अपने हस्बैंड से पूछे अपने हस्बैंड से पूछे कि सिक्योरिटी नहीं नहीं आप ज्वाइन करें आप फॉरवर्ड में I cannot understand.
हाँ हाँ अच्छा my friend
So the submarine fees on the just kept it fees was
सिस्टम बहुत खराब है इंटरनेट का सही है हालांकि होना होना नहीं चाहिए हाँ May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen? I would like to introduce the next congresswoman, please.
İnşallah.
Loud enough.
Anybody want to do a mic check? Here?
Deep discussion there.
I can do it from here if you want me to.
No, that's fine. Thank you so much. Congresswoman Wasserman, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you 25th District of Florida, Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz, to come say a few words. She's a big supporter of Pakistan caucus. Thank you so much for coming here, Congresswoman.
Thank you so much. I really want to thank the leadership of CACPAC and appreciate so much all of you making the effort to come up to Washington DC. I'm Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I represent Florida's 25th Congressional District. That is, what the best way to describe my district it is, if you live anywhere north of me in South Florida, you should care about anyone who represents you in Congress now, and me because there's a good chance that I will be your member of Congress when you retire and move to my district in about 15 years. So I'm your preview Congresswoman. That's how I like to describe it. And I am so thrilled to join you here with my dear friend Andre Carson. We have such a critical time worldwide, globally now, when it comes to making sure that we can stand together for the rule of law, stand together for small d democracy, make sure that human rights violations are answered, and that we utilize our foreign policy tools in order to make sure that the elements of democracy can be reaffirmed. And there are too many countries all over the world, in our hemisphere here, as well as in Pakistan, and I've just been talking with your former president, how incredibly distressing it is that that democracy has so significantly deteriorated in Pakistan. I have a vibrant Pakistani American community in South Florida, and enjoy a relationship not only with Dr. Mirza, but with many others in our community. And so look forward to making sure that we can continue to work together towards the kind of progress that we need, and would love to have feedback from you. I'm a senior member of the Appropriations Committee. Right now, I am distressed over the direction that our country is taking under our new administration. And I'm concerned about our own rule of law being followed here in the United States. I'm concerned about the discriminatory actions that are being taken against people who are of the Islamist faith, people who, just like in his first term, the immigration policy that is turning against, turning inward instead of outward. I'll just conclude by saying that America has always been strengthened and become better through our diversity. We strengthen ourselves by bringing in the kind of brilliance that generations of immigrants, including and especially Pakistani immigrants, have contributed to the success of the United States. And I look forward to that continuing from generation to generation and standing in solidarity to ensure that that continues. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
I see that. You have a particular. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Io non sei già
Hi, good evening, everyone. So we have amongst us Congressman Rich McCormick. So he's a congressman from Georgia's 7th district. He's kind of been a total big advocate for democracy, human rights all over. And he was the one who kind of initiated the HR 901. So he's just been a champion of human rights, democracy, because we want to thank him for all his services. And again, just going forward, we just kind of we have a roadmap going forward. See how we can further continue our efforts to do that. With as regards to consolidating democracy and rule of law. And that's our big challenge right now with regards to what's happening in Pakistan. So thank you once again. Really appreciate your time for coming in, and we just really appreciate that. And thank you for all what you've done for our communities, the Pakistan American diaspora.
So I would like to add, you have in our community, one or two real big advocates, one that who have sponsored and support the community. I can't say enough how Congressman Rich McCormick has helped the Pakistani American community. He set us up right here in Washington, D.C. as a big advocate for our community and has become a very star. And he stamped PAC and the Pakistani American community in Washington, D.C. He initiated 901. He walked it through the Foreign Relations Committee. The bills don't get passed 50-0 in the Foreign Relations Committee. He worked bipartisan and got that done. He got the bill through the House, working with the Speaker of the Congress, and got that vote as an enormous victory for our community. And inshallah, he will be working with the President, President Trump, who we endorsed as a community and as an organization. He will be working with inside to help every initiative that was in 901 and we'll make sure it's implemented. So please give me a warm welcome for Congressman Rich McCormick.
So I have a confession to make. I want you guys to know this because it's an honest confession. Do you remember when the United States played Pakistan in cricket. Okay, so the day that they're gonna play cricket in Dallas, I happened to be in Dallas. And I went to a meeting with the USA team who was about to play the juggernaut. This is like USA versus Russia in hockey.
That's
You
right.
never win. And I gave a motivational speech. And I'm sorry for all you guys who are Pakistani cricket fans, because it's my motivational speech is the reason that we won that game. So when I went to India the first time, it was when Bill Clinton was there. And they were getting ready to play another big cricket game between India and Pakistan. And that was my first exposure, because we had to actually study, we were supposed to go to Pakistan too, and it got called off. We had to study the culture, we had to study the current events between India and Pakistan at the time. You can see the hotspot, you can see the vast history between the two nations, two nuclear powers now. You can see the vast amount of population. Most people don't realize how large the population of Pakistan is and how long they've been friends with the United States. People make an assumption because they're a Muslim country that they're not friendly, because they've had their problems, that they all are problems, because they've had their human rights issues or their election problems that the people aren't worth attention to. I couldn't disagree more. If you look at the regional stability of that area, which has about 70% of the world's population, and that corridor has about 70% of the world's wealth. It is extremely, it's more important than the Middle East in my opinion. If you look at regional stability between nuclear powers, there is more to pay attention in that region than anywhere else in the world, including the United States. So it's not taking it lightly when we talk about human rights, when we talk about election security, when we talk about the integrity of a nation, and what matters, what we stand for when we deliver bills like HR 901. To encourage the government to do the right thing, to support inalienable rights that don't just apply to American citizens, but all citizens everywhere in the world, including Pakistan. And so the reason we did it is because it was the right thing. Just like giving a motivational speech for cricket, you got to make sure you place it at the right time with the right people. It's really important to realize what Pakistan brings to the table, what the diaspora here in America brings to the table. And as we move forward, realize that this is not a partisan issue. This is a world peace issue. This is a human rights issue. This is a struggle for power between good and evil. And we will continue to do the right thing and continue to be good friends. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Those who don't know know me, my name is Dr. Mohammed Tariq. I'm from Dallas. I'd like to introduce our next speaker, President Mark Weezy. He's from Dallas, Fort Worth area. And he is a very good friend of our community. Whenever we need him, he stands on our side. Whenever I text him or call him, he answers right away. He accommodates our request. Thank you. And Mark Weezy, thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. How are you today? Good. Great to see everybody. Thank you for inviting me back out again. And I really am appreciative that you went ahead and had this event. I know this is not the ideal weather, but y'all have had people come in from all across the USA, like my good friend, Dr. Karak, and others that are here from DFW today. Because the message that you're bringing is very important. Before I get into my comments, I would be remiss. Here's a picture of me back in October playing cricket in Irving, Texas. You know, it took me a But the relationship between Pakistan and the United States is hugely important. Pakistan has been a critical player when it comes to intelligence, when it comes to defense sharing, when it comes to combating against the war on terror. Pakistan has been a huge, huge partner, and we need to make sure that we keep that relationship strong. It is very important, and not just in the area of defense, but when it comes to energy, we need to make sure that we have a strong relationship with Pakistan because so much of the technology and other things that are happening around the world is going to come because of a strong relationship between Pakistan and the U.S. And I mentioned energy for a good reason. Pakistan and climate change has been a huge in that. So as America for our economy, technologies, it's very important that we team up and have cooperation with Pakistan in this area. We've seen so much of Pakistan be devastated by these natural weather occurrences that seem to be more and more frequent. And we know that there is a desire there in that country to be able to stop that. We're always going to have rain. We're always going to have flooding. But also, we also believe they're not as frequent as they are now. And that there is going to be lots of room for cooperation between the U.S.A. and between Pakistan to be able to make the world a cleaner place. And I'll also say this in closing. There were a couple of times last year that Dr. Tariq and other members of the Pakistani American community that PLW reached out to me and asked me if I would go on social media and retweet about some of the human rights abuses and injustices that are happening in. Please always reach out to my office with me on that. There are going to be opportunities to sign letters. There's going to be opportunity for us to do more social media around that until we get it right. And we need to keep agitating. We need to keep pushing until we get it right. Pakistan is too important of a player in the world for human rights. So I want to thank the Pakistan diaspora here in American citizens. In their birthplaces and their original at the event at your house. I asked to raise a hand, asked to see a raise of hand. How many people here still have family in Pakistan? Everybody laughed because everybody did, right? And so let's make sure that we keep that line of communication open. That we keep talking about these things, keep using social media to get the word out about things so we can make sure we get it right. Because I'm telling you, it's hugely important. I think especially now, when people are looking for in peace world in a time of leadership. So thank each and every one of you. That is understands the importance of the U.S. Pakistan relationship. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, really like a cartoon, please. I would like a cartoon. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Edda ki kamiyate.
Good evening, everyone. Um, I would like the privilege of introducing our newly elected Congresswoman from Maryland, and come over here. And she's a very good friend of ours. So please wish her a
Good evening, everybody, and thank you to my friend Sullivan who hosted a meet and greet for me in the district, just to get to know our community in the third congressional district. And I'm just so grateful for your friendship and your advocacy. And no, the weather is not ideal, but I just want to start by you for your participation, especially these days. It's really easy to sit behind a screen or to sit on a couch and criticize things and not lean in with solutions. And I'm so grateful. As soon as I walked in the door, I was met with a whole bunch of solutions and requests of me, which is exactly what members of Congress need to hear. We need to hear what you need from us and how we can be most helpful to create a more peaceful and prosperous world. Now, I have only been in Congress for about 45 days. And so I'm still getting a little lost in the buildings as I move around. And so you had wonderful speakers who are much better versed on international affairs than I am. But I'm just going to start by sharing that I serve on the Armed Services Committee, and I've spent the last week getting classified briefings on all of the threats to the United States, the threats of world peace. And it struck me as I was coming over here and thinking about what I should share with you, how important our allies are and how important our soft diplomacy is across the world. And so we cannot live on an island here in the United States. We have to make sure that we are investing in pro-democratic agendas, in a humanitarian aid that supports free society and free elections and education for everybody. And that is our goal, at least my goal as I come to Congress, thinking about how do we avoid war? We avoid it by the diplomacy. We avoid it by humanitarian aid. We avoid it by spreading democracy across this world. And so I just want to say thank you for leaning in. Please know that as my colleagues before me, you heard that we stand with you, united against human rights violations, united against anti-democratic measures that are occurring in Pakistan right now. Because again, we have to stand strong together. So I was particularly disappointed to see the U.S.A. funding cut off. Knowing how important those public health initiatives are, not just in Pakistan, but across the world. And I'm only one of 396 women ever elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. I know how important that funding is for educating young women in Pakistan is for the future generation. Critical, importance here. And it's something I will proudly stand with you all today and every day. I've already gotten my marching orders. I know there's a letter coming to my office to sign on to. I know there's a resolution that will be before the Congress soon. But I just want to pause and say thank you for leaning in, for being a part of the solution, for engaging in the political process that isn't always welcoming. And so I greatly appreciate the invitation to be with you tonight. I do have a little bit of time. I was also looking forward to the food, if that's okay. We don't always get to eat, and I knew you would feed me well tonight. But I so appreciate you. Please know that you have friends in Congress, and we will get through this together. Thank you very much. I want to introduce Congressman Krishnamurthy from Illinois 8th District. He's been a good supporter and strong supporter of us, human rights and violence in Pakistan, and it's my pleasure to and thank you for supporting Congress.
Good evening. It's an honor to be with you. It's an honor to be any place they can pronounce my name correctly. This is a true story. I'm not making this up. When I first ran for office in Illinois, I said, "Hi, my name is Raja Krishnamurthy." The person in Chicago looked right back at me and said, "Roger Christian Murphy." And then I said, well, look, I'm so honored to be here. I want to observe those 3 rules of public speaking: be short, be sweet, and be gone. So 3 points. First of all, can you give a big round of applause to the organizers of tonight's event? It takes a lot to get people to come from all parts of the country in such inclement weather, but thank you for organizing it. Second point I want to make is I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of you. Yes, you should absolutely clap because you made your way here and your presence means a lot. Third and final point is this: free Imran Khan. Nobody should be arrested for political views. Yes. And certainly nobody should be arrested in the way in which he was arrested. Right. I think that we in the United States government have to agitate for political freedom everywhere in the world, including in Pakistan, including with Imran Khan. I think that this is something we're going to continue to do. I did this on Twitter recently, and it went viral. And I think the reason why it went viral is that it resonates with a lot of people. Am I right about that? Yes. It's very simple, okay? And so let me just say this. I'll say finally this. The secret to happiness is freedom. Yes. And the secret to freedom is courage. Everyone has to have the courage to speak up. And so I hope that as you talk to people on Capitol Hill and talk to your representatives and senators, you ask them to stand with those who have the courage to speak up. Because if we don't speak up while they are putting themselves on the line, then we will be forsaking them. And that would be worse than anything else. So I just want to say thank you. God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Can we get a card, please?
Absolutely.
Hi. No, I didn't get. Thank you, dear. And give her, well, I'll give it to her. Very helpful. And he's. Manji,
So nice.
thank you. Feel free just to put them.
Oh, we met at the event.
Obviously, dating a card. Yeah, मैं हाथ तो छुपा दिया. Please come join us.
Yes, I'll take it.
So, let's move it around. So, it's
Yes. They put my understand.
Because be safe and like get extreme coffee. But we can let's get a quick speed. Oh, it's a bit from here. That's the best It's on my list. I think it's my next too. I don't like it. It's not much. I'm not doing no but I now live in Annapolis. Or resident of teenager. I miss Virginia. Yes, Virginia. Very close to the larger Muslim than is that that's why I'm going to start 1 hour and a half. Maybe hour and a half. Biryani, I give it. Yeah, I already asked. Perfect. दोबारा नाम बता.
आप भी कुछ ले लो ना.
मेरा एक साथ हुआ है. 1 year I'm in standard. I used to live in Cape Girardeau, Cape Girardeau, very small town, 100 miles out. This is not spicy. Oh, okay. My son, I got it. The dog's diagnosed. That's when oh my dog. He loves biryani, poha, anda. The Yorkshire Terrier. He's strong. And we don't have much time for his beauty. And he's but so that's not really very cat. It's all amazing. Maybe Jack Honey people don't know what idea. Honestly, that time. And like honestly, after it moon is again. You come but just the well, you must have just that. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Yeah. Please. No, कुछ होता. Yes.
You only have one child?
It would be a lot better.
Acting job.
May I join this wonderful table?
Yeah. Wait. We gotta think about it.
Please do. No, it's okay.
Maybe so again.
It's good.
Mashallah.
Good to speak. It's okay.
Commissioner, 25 years in Washington State.
And then you can power number three. And my grandmother, she taught me about it. She said, opportunity is nothing unless it's power. It was true 50 years ago, 40 years ago. It has ever always true. Yes. My grandmother, the father, refugees from India and Pakistan. And Lahore. They came a time, the government came and said, these 7 villages, I want to make a school. We will build a school and we'll pay for the teacher's salary, but there's no land. The grandmother said, okay, no problem. She provided the land. She just put a one condition. It can only be. Those are the last. Absolutely.
Just be quick. I know. You know it.
Yeah.
Big taking care. Yeah. Nice that there's something.
I show face in the I did the furniture. One and so Muslim doesn't have so yeah, I love Pakistan when I was sleeping. So my first friend had the in that day. I didn't know that. It was famous.
But it's all of you signing on the letter and. So I have to drive home every day.
Oh yeah.
Yes, which is an Annapolis. I stayed last night in Boston.
How long of a drive it is for you?
Without traffic, 45 minutes. But normally about an hour.
You are Mr. Street, right? Any advice for our next future congressman? Take us 6, 7, 8, 9 months practice, walking 12 miles a day. He is in the valley and giving 2 to 3,000 groceries by herself and crying at night. Am I doing enough? I'm better. Yeah, just do it. You need how much?
What are you typing on? Yes. Education. Challenges.
Lots of challenges.
Yes, our funding, yes. Environment.
Those things not that women have lots of
Under our last president.
But it's
Here's the case.
when you talk
Yeah. It helped with healthcare. So.
Even their office thing.
Oh, yes, yes. Research dollars historically not gone to anyone.
Very good.
Yeah, it can always be better. But yes, yes, yes.
For just students with disabilities. Certainly in kindergarten to 12, yes, colleges are just a little bit, it's different concept by us.
And it depends on level of disability.
Yeah.
So they do make them functional enough. And it's so nice that they put them with the government like decision making for this. So in that sense, America is the best. We cover everything, everything can improve. But anything you can imagine is happening. You know, it's only take like 5% of Pakistan and implement it.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you for opening.
Take care, my dear. Best of luck.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
ये कमोड का सिस्टम हम लोग देखते हैं ना मुसलमान या मेरी हेल्थ के पास नहीं है जो पैसे वाला मुझे हमेशा ही क्यों देते हैं इसलिए मैं नहीं आ रहा है बट मुझे लोग नहीं समझते वो लोग इतनी अच्छा कैंसर हो
It's the 30,000 miles.
it's on the press suspects. They do like see that our since we have since we
Help them.
we want to improve. You know what I'm saying? So
That's something else.
what I used to love. And you know mental health. And you know, it is so sad. They don't know. So, or you know what? It's one big amount.
What is it?
They could not look at you know, sad words. They think it's a taboo.
Don't worry, soon your house will be emptiness.
It's my very sad.
They are gone, they are gone. Because I know my daughter was in Saddam and they were very
She was in air.
That's the really big strategy.
Okay.
Sorry, how can you be like consulting is funny because when you tell somebody you're a doctor, just really the person who's consulting is just such a
Maybe with I teach with I think yeah so there's really one point by things and down. You know the game and your but consult and develop the software.
immigration officer.
Yeah.
Does your wife थोड़ा सी मान ऐसा उसको समझ आ गया what I do.
Exactly.
What you said, he was like, all right.
If you don't mind, question asking, can I keep a quick 5-second video? Yes. Is that okay? Is that okay? No, it's okay. You can say.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Hi, here we are at the backpack, and this is amazing, fantastic, fabulous Pakistani American powerhouses. Yeah, thank you. Our people.
So, BBC Pakistan के ex-president जो हैं की बेटी मिसेस अच्छा मैंने ज्यादा प्रेसिडेंट को अब पता कितना टीवी पे नहीं आते इतना नहीं बोलते
तो काफी आते थे
एग्जैक्टली लेकिन मैं ये बताना चाह रही हूँ कि उस टाइम इमरान खान के टाइम पे थोड़ा टाइम आए थे बोले थे तो पहले दिन में पता चला कि and it's not like I mean he's your father or your husband so and mashallah he is very good very good I was impressed by this
Kumande lang. Patay darya, patay kaya. That's a good one. You be careful and sing one of the Exactly. I wish in much amas hindi ko din na yan. Igagate na kita kasi ko sarili kita na achao ni iya ko.
2 months old. We have a 20 Southern child. So we chose the name Southern Peace, Justice. But the world needs, human needs, national needs, peace and justice.
Trying to be done and trying to start it. Trying to be done.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, but now your husband, nothing. Just after I guess. Yeah.
Tapi ye tu ye nak kya sakte hain na kal ko par gaya to ye nahi na sakte na to kya है कि भाई Allah ताला ने बिलीव करेगा ये कुछ सक्सेस पाएंगे ये सब कुछ figure out how to act out together.
कितने boys?
मैं अपने पाकिस्तान में I know. आप लोगों का अगर सेम करने का हुआ मैं आपको नंबर नहीं आ रही
How many boys? And your policy is end of
अच्छा अच्छा हाँ पैसे अगर नहीं है तो इरादा वैसे आपको ना every state पे यहाँ पे जाना चाहिए.
which area?
There's so many people guys members.
Virginia.
Be honored to host. And I'm thinking of yeah, this week.
It's crazy.
I know that you don't know come from there.